Well, there we have it. I just finished the first 2 hours of my return into World of Warcraft. So it's tough to really put into words. If you read obviously you've read the text, or if you haven't, you probably should. I admit, I didn't have a terribly healthy relationship with World of Warcraft. It really pulled at me. It held me in. It was a living world. There was a lot to do. And coming home, specifically, I played Alliance and I played a dwarf. So Ironforge was the first real city that I saw. It was the first place I saw high-level characters, and the first time I saw, people who I began to look up to, at least while I was a lower level character, because they were cool and they had all the cool gear and they were raiding and all that. And that was like the status symbol that I was seeking to accomplish. Coming into Ironforge after the game has moved on, and the vast majority of the game takes place in other places because of expansions, etc. Seeing it mostly empty, with the exception of a handful of people who obviously called it home, was a little off-putting. However, walking around that circle, you can see it in the video. Forget the walking around in the circle. How about on the Griffin, in through the main hallway? I did that countless times, probably 10,000 times. I'm not even joking. I took that flight probably 10,000 times. Watched the Griffin fly through that giant dwarf with the two hammers, there's really no other way around it. It felt like coming home. Now, I played for 2 hours. I actually, as part of the experiment, I'm going to play for a good portion of the beginning of my time under a starter account. What that does is that limits social features. If you watch the video, I did try and reach out to some of my old guild mates, because my guild still exists. Some of the players that I played with then still around, which is super interesting. I quit back in 2009, so it is 8 years since I have been in guild with them, and I'm certain that I'll be able to come on back in, and while I doubt it will be the same, I think it should be interesting. I know my legend lives on through some of those guys, and I'm sure they're going to be happy to help with some of my project, or at least I hope I am. That's what this is all about, guys. I am very excited to see what happens. I rebuilt, essentially, the character that I had before, and I took my time in the character creation process, and I am really looking forward to pushing through. So, again, this is just a quick reaction video. I did it. I created a character. I made it to Ironforge. I left playing through a lot of the new post-Cataclysm content and seeing what is familiar, but it's obviously not exactly the same. So it was oddly comfortable, but even though I was doing content that largely I had not done before, and immediately I was taken aback by some of the minor changes, like the fact that you don't have to go train anymore. That was weird. And just getting used to the subtle differences in the user interface, which, truth be told, I never used a default standard user interface anyway. But, so that's it. That was the end of day one. It was about 2 hours long, captured a bunch of video, and here I am with this. We are going to log in tomorrow night and probably do a little bit more of the same. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I did. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.